All right, Johnny, so you got a big fight coming up this weekend facing Kelvin Gastelum, UFC 200 International Fight Week. What are you looking forward to the most this weekend? Or next week, rather?
What am I looking forward to most next weekend? The 8 a.m. weigh-in? That's going to be sweet. By 8:30, I plan on eating breakfast. You know what I mean? That's going to be awesome. Second is that it's UFC 200. Look at the card. Besides the Brock being on there, in my opinion, that's a stacked card. You know what I'm saying? Even though I like Brock and I like Mark Hunt, he's a good fighter. You know what I mean? I just see those four fights alone could hold any card, right? And it's on the UFC 200. And I'm privileged enough to be involved in that. So right there is just huge for me. I'm super excited. What can I say? I'm a fanboy. I love Cain Velasquez, so I can't wait to see him fight. I became friends with Cain Velasquez through DC. DC was the one that was like, hey, come hang out with us. And he was always around Cain. Then I became Cain's friends. And then I'm also a big Frankie Edgar fan. So I'm sitting here going, man, Misha Tate, awesome. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, 4 out of the 5. I'm going to be in the back chilling, relaxing, watching, just like everybody else. Seeing, I'm invested in 4 out of the 5 fights. I'm super excited. Like I said, I can't wait to see DC, Cain, and those guys and see how they're doing. And so more than anything, it's just being a fanboy.
Very cool. Now, with all those awesome fights going on UFC 200 and the 2 nights prior to that, have you given the thought of going out there and doing an extra special performance to leave a lasting image, sort of like winning the weekend and standing out amongst all these other awesome fights?
No.
Okay.
I mean, hey, really, if I go out there and I perform, I'll do that. But, you also got to know that you're competing against DC, John Jones, Cain. Who is he fighting?
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown. Yeah. So you're getting Cain, Travis Brown. Then you got Frankie Aldo, Misha Tate. You're sitting here going, okay, I got to compete with all those guys. Why not don't try to compete. Just try to. I've always been the one that tries to be the one that's always noticed, right? I want to be the one that everybody talks about afterwards, right? Well, if I can do anything that I really, really thinking about, if I can go in there and get a good win, show that I'm dominate for 3 rounds. If I can dominate for 3 rounds, then everybody's going to be like, did you see that Johny Gastelum fight? Yeah, we sort of knew who was going to win the main events, but did you see that fight? He just dominated him. I thought it was supposed to be a close match.
Very cool, very cool. Now, on your UFC 200, the face paint images that they've been doing with quotes and things like that, there's a couple in there that I want you to explain for me.
Okay.
So the first one that kind of caught my eye is, my power is back. Now, was there something, in your previous fights, maybe dealing with the different weight cutting issues and things like that may have affected that? Or
that and the fact that mentally, literally sitting here saying, I don't care about any other fight. I don't care about anything else except for this. Like I said, if you go back and look at all my other interviews, it was always about the person at that point and the belt. Nothing else. It wasn't who would be if you fought GSP or if you would this or that. It didn't matter. All that mattered is this person at this moment and then the belt. And that's what I'm going back to. The only person that's mattered in this camp for the last 3 months is Gastelum. What could he do? He could fight forward. He could fight backwards. Figuring out any and every which way he could fight me. And then, also, hey, how do I get back to the belt? That's why I always have it on my mind. Go out there and perform on July 9th, UFC 200.
And I guess that ties into the other one as well, where it says it's a new Johnny.
It's a new Johnny, exactly. Take a step back. Sometimes we even me, you get caught up in the fact that everybody wants to hear what are you thinking next? What's in your head? Really? Nothing's in my head this time. Nobody's in my head except for Gastelum. And that's the way that I got to treat it. If I want to get back to where I want to be, that means that I have to let go of everything else except for one person and one person only.
Now also UFC 200, you have the new 8% rule.
Yes.
Coming in for check-in. And as you mentioned earlier, the new earlier weigh-ins that you're really excited for.
Yes.
So do you think that both of those things are going to be beneficial to you in your performance come fight?
Yeah, I hit 87 yesterday. So I got to hit 184 at the highest I can be, right? Okay, I got to lose 3 pounds by, Tuesday. Whoop-de-freaking do. I could come in here and lose 5. So I'm not too worried about that. And that's really where my head's at is, hey, the weight is no longer an issue. I got Lewis, nutrition. That's why he's here, and that's one thing I'm very grateful for, and I'm actually very, very happy that he did that article. Yeah, me and Dolce, we had a good run, but man, having Lou on my side has been a blessing in disguise because I learned different ways I can eat bad. In your mind, you're thinking you're eating bad, but it's still good for you. So like, for example, in off season, I can go have Whataburger. Just have the burger. Don't eat the fries. Get you a drink, eat the burger, right? Yeah, would he want me to do that? No. You know what I'm saying? But he knows me. We figured, he knows who I am. So he's going to sit there and say, Johnny, if you're craving something, go get it. Just send me a picture of it, and don't eat the fries, or don't order the fries. Don't do this. Or if you're going to eat pizza, all right, eat 3 slices and leave the rest be. And then come back later. If you're craving it again, eat it later. So that way I'm not devouring a large pizza by myself and still wanting more. So self-control. And that's sort of that's been the biggest thing he's put on me so far. Because this last fight camp, I got up to 202. And usually I get up to 215. The fight before I was like 208. This time I'm 202. So this weight cut's been easier. I've been hovering right around 90, 92 for 3 weeks now. So it's been nice.
Very cool. Very cool. So you have 3 fights left on your deal currently?
Yes.
So is there anyone in your sights after you get past Kelvin Gastelum?
No.
You even thought that far? Or you just
No.
100%
No.
on this one?
Yeah. Nobody else matters because, like I said, if I overlook Kevin, I might look like I did last fight. That ain't happening twice in a row. You know what I mean? I got to go out there, and I got to make sure that Kelvin Gastelum is the only one in my picture. And then after, Saturday night, whenever everybody starts asking questions, I'll answer those.
Very cool. Well, best of luck come UFC 200, July 9th.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you and speaking to you after the fight.
Hey, thank you very much.